Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Joanie and I am the blogger behind simplelivingmama.com, where we help moms simplify life, home, and homeschool. And I just want to welcome you to my channel. Today we are going to have a homeschooling video. So if you're new to my channel, I'm a homeschooling mom of 6 kids, ages 11 and under. So my youngest is 2. So I have a wide variety of preschool and elementary aged kids, and I love sharing curriculum reviews, how homeschool is going for us, how we make it work, our routines and stuff like that. So today's video is actually going to be a mid-year update. So you're watching this video on the first day of 2020. We are halfway through our school year, and I wanted to talk to you guys about what's working for us. I'll leave a link up in the cards up here if you want to see all of the curriculum choices for everybody, from my preschooler, my first grader, my third grader, and my 5th grader. So there's a few different videos for that, and also down in the description box below, so you can check that out. I also have blog posts as well to go along with all of those videos. So how are we doing? This year has been going really well. I said in my, I don't even remember which video it was, but last year was the first year that we had not added a new baby to our home since we started homeschooling. And you know, adding a new baby does change things up, and you have to rearrange how you do your homeschool and what kinds of things you're going to take on and all of that. So last year was the first year that we didn't have any kind of baby break in the middle of the year. And so this year is going on much in the same way. We are able to really focus on what we want to get done, take breaks when we need to take them. And yeah, I mean, it's been a pretty good year, I would say. So what do we use? If you're new here, we use My Father's World. We're doing Creation to the Greeks. I use this as sort of like our main Bible history spine. The reason that I chose this, I have actually been using My Father's World since my oldest was a kindergartner. The reason I chose this particular program is because I knew I was going to have such a variety of ages, and I wanted to be able to teach them together. And that's what My Father's World allows me to do. Especially when you get up into 2nd to 8th grade, everybody can do the same history and Bible and even science. My kids are playing and they're being loud, so sorry about that. I may have to tell them to tone it down a little bit because they're getting close to my door. I have a house full of boys and 2 girls, so the boys are definitely a lot louder than the girls. Anyway, we are in Creation of the Greeks, and I'm still loving it. I love using My Father's World because I can combine Bible and history together, and it's so rich, so rich. And that's, I've learned a lot along with the kids. And I even have my 1st grader, because he's not doing the My Father's World 1st grade curriculum. I stopped using the kindergarten and the 1st grade curriculum after my 1st, because I was able to really combine my 1st child and my 2nd child together. She's only 2 years younger than him. So when she was in kindergarten, he was starting My Father's World Adventures, and I've just combined them since the beginning. And then my 3rd is only 2 years younger than my 2nd, and he follows along, and then I kind of do stuff on the preschool, kindergarten, 1st grade level with my other kids that he will join in. So he kind of goes back and forth between my older kids and my younger kids. And then next year he will be fully integrated into the cycle with my older kids when we do Rome to Reformation. So that's how I make it work. But anyway, we are getting ready to start week 16. We've learned about ancient Egypt. We've learned about tons of Old Testament stories. I think my favorite Old Testament story that we did was Joseph and his coat of many colors. We really got into that story, and then we watched, it was a movie, a cartoonish movie on the Formed app, which is Catholic, but it was a movie of that story, and my kids were so into that movie, and it was just like, oh, I was having an amazing homeschool mom moment, because you know, I get really excited about this stuff, and then I present it to the kids, and they're just kind of like, oh, Mom, really? Do we have to do this? So when they get excited about something and I see those connections being made, it's just, you know, it makes for an amazing experience, and just makes my mama heart happy. So that has been a lot of fun. Yeah, we tried to make the model tabernacle with My Father's World, The Creation to the Greeks. We did not get through it. I think it was just too close to Christmas, and my oldest son is not into crafty type stuff. My daughter is, but we didn't end up making the tabernacle. So that was kind of a bummer, and I'm not gonna go back and try to redo it or anything. I think we'll just try it again on our next cycle through, when we come back around to this curriculum with the other kids. So I think it's okay. Let's talk about read-alouds. So I have my teacher's planner here, and I printed out, I'm part of the My Father's World CTG group on Facebook, and they have tons of great files and printables available on that group. And one mom had put together all of the weeks of Creation to the Greeks with all of the extra read aloud books that they did, and I just kind of went off of hers. We aren't doing everything just like she did, but we are reading a lot of the same books. So we read All of a Kind Family out loud. Excellent, super cute book. We read Life in the Great Ice Age. That was another really great book for the very beginning of the curriculum. We tried to do the Golden Goblet, not working for my kids right now, so we didn't finish it. You know, that might be something that we go back to. I don't know. I knew there was no way they were gonna sit for me while I tried to read it, because it's pretty wordy. So I tried to do the audio, and they just weren't having it at all. But we did do Boy of the Pyramids audiobook, and that was awesome. That's a really great book if you're studying ancient Egypt. And then let me see. Okay, so the book that we are on right now, that we're not even halfway through yet, is A Cry from Egypt. This is a really good book. I'm enjoying it, and I think we're definitely going to finish this one up. And trying to think if I've read anything else not on that list, and I can't think of anything. My daughter and I read a lot of books together, and then she reads a lot on her own, and my son reads what I assign. The Good and the Beautiful readers. And yeah, I think that's about it as far as read-alouds go. Okay, so let's talk about independent studies. So I use The Good and the Beautiful for a lot of our independent work: language arts, handwriting, math for my first grader, lots of their Good and the Beautiful library books, science. That's another family subject that I didn't talk about. So I'm not doing My Father's World Science. We are using The Good and Beautiful Science. We have finished both of their energy units. Great. We didn't really do all of the experiments. We did do quite a few of them, and they work for my he's in first grade now. My first grader up to my fifth grader work out just fine. We have started on the water unit, and we're a few lessons into that, and that's going well too. I really like the experiments from the water unit, so that's gone really well. They have a science notebook that they just add to per each unit. They have like dividers between each different unit that we do, and that's how we do science. So that's a lot of fun. Okay, now back to language arts. Everything's going well for my fifth grader and my third grader. My first grader, he's still learning how to read, and I'm trying to decide exactly what I want to do as far as if I want to supplement with the Good and Beautiful, because he's still working on level K. And and he's having a hard time with sounding stuff out. I think what I really need to do for him is to just get more serious about those phonics cards, because I tried to not do them and I think that he's going to need them. So I think before I try to supplement with anything, we'll just work with the phonics cards and then just work on trying to put words together. He's very, very good at memorizing words, but as far as sounding stuff out, we're still trying to get there. He is rocking through the math. We started the level K math halfway through his kindergarten year, and I expected to be done with it halfway through this year. We're not quite finished with it. That's just because I haven't been doing it with him 4 days a week like I planned. We still do it at least 3 days a week, but I need to bump it up and get him done. He's really, I think there's just a couple of concepts left that he may need a little bit of help with, but he's very advanced in math. So I don't think he's going to have any problems moving up to level 1 here within just the next few weeks. But we need to get level K finished up. I do like to finish curriculum as much as I can. The older kids are doing teaching textbooks. I love teaching textbooks because I am not the one teaching it, but I have noticed, especially when working with multiplication, that we are having a little bit of issue with that. My son is not too interested in the jingles. We have musical multiplication from the Good and Beautiful, and he doesn't care too much about it. My daughter loves it. So I'm letting him use a times table to try to help him get his memorization up, and we also use extra math just to help with all of the multiplication facts and memorization and all of that. So that's his biggest struggle. My daughter is struggling with carrying numbers in addition, and I think it's just because she doesn't want to do it, and that's something that we're kind of working on together. It's just like, okay, you have to learn how to do this. You can do it. Let's just get it over with so we can move on to the next thing. All 3 of my older kids are using the Good and the Beautiful handwriting. I love it. It's been so good for my oldest penmanship, and then my daughter likes all of the drawing projects that come along with it. My first grader's doing really well with it. So I think about covered everything except for our morning time. Something that I added was morning time menus. We're still doing the homeschool garden. We have the homeschool garden membership. I love the different poetry tea times that are included. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I will link to some of my morning time videos so you can see what I'm talking about. But this is where we pull in extra art lessons, extra handicrafts, poetry tea times, and stuff like that. So that is where I get everything for like my hymns. If I don't do the hymn from the homeschool garden, then I do it from Happy Hymnody. But a lot of times I use the ones from the homeschool garden and folk songs and just all that Charlotte Mason goodness. It's just put together for you. So that is what I love about the homeschool garden. And we are still using that with our morning time menus. And let me see, let's talk about the littles for a little bit. So my 2-year-old, he's just being a 2-year-old. He doesn't have any schoolwork whatsoever. My 3-year-old, she wants to have schoolwork. She wants to be like everybody else. So she has her little alphabet notebook and she's learning her letters, and we do ABC crafts. I'm not doing them weekly like I had planned, just because I have found that trying to divide my time, like I have to pick and choose what's important, and getting the oldest schoolwork done is more important than preschool, obviously. So we haven't done an ABC craft every single week, but that's something that I kind of want to work on in this new semester. I know my oldest daughter has become such an amazing help with the little ones, and she likes teaching them. So I'm thinking I might try to put together some folders with the ABC crafts, and then she can do those with the kids, the littles, because she likes to do crafty stuff with them. A lot of times we end up with little like craft kits from Oriental Trading or something, and she'll just on her own take the little ones to the table and do those crafts with them. So I think if I put something together and just have it pre-made, that she can handle doing the actual craft with them. So That's a goal for me for this coming up semester. My 4-year-old, he's about to be 5. He is still working through the Good and the Beautiful's preschool program. It is so cute. It really is. And all of my kids, even my 2-year-old, like the little games that go with it. So we're learning letters and letter sounds with the little games that go with that preschool curriculum. So yeah, he will get that finished up before he starts kindergarten next year, and he'll be ready to move on into the Good and the Beautiful's kindergarten. Now, I'm still using their older version of their kindergarten language arts curriculum, so I will get to try the newer version when my little guy starts kindergarten next year. So that'll be exciting to see how things have changed a little bit with the way that they have updated their editions for the language arts. So I'm excited about that. And also incorporating the Good and the Beautiful readers. They have all these really cute readers, and my first grader really loves them. He does really well with them. So those are incorporated into the new language arts curriculum for kindergarten. So that'll be fun to see how we get to use those with the curriculum instead of just reading them as a standalone. So I think that is it. I need to pull some stuff together and make plans for next week because we will be starting back to school. As far as extracurricular activities go, the kids do scouts, they do dance, we go to church. We've done a little bit of traveling. This past month, actually, we went back home to Arkansas and we went and saw lots of different things, and we try to get out and do a field trip at least once a month. I don't know if it always happens, but it's something that we do try to do, and we have gone to wildlife centers, and we have seen bees making honey, and we have seen birds of prey and done all kinds of really cool things with that. The kids are actually going to go to a presentation about electricity here pretty soon, which ties into the energy unit that we finished up probably about 2 months ago now. So I think that'll be a nice little refresher for them to learn about something that we've already studied. So they'll have a good grasp of what's being discussed. And yeah, I'm excited. Having this nice long break, winter break, really helps to refresh all of us, put everything into perspective, get me excited again about schooling with the kids. And I know the first few days are probably going to be a little bit rough getting back into the routine, but I'm looking forward to it because homeschooling is honestly something that I'm so passionate about, and I love doing it, even though there are so many hard days, of course, but it's very, very, very well worth it. So I want to talk to you guys about something that you may want to snag. I made this cute little printable. It's for free on the blog. I'm going to have the kids fill this out on our first day back next week, and it's just something they can write their year in review, so they can write about, you know, what was their favorite book in 2019, movie, memory, thing I learned, place I went. You can either put a photo here or have your kids draw their own little self-portrait, and then down here they can write their 2020 goals. So that'll be something cute to stick into their little portfolios, I think. So if you want to snag that, I will also leave a link for you to go get that. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you have a blessed new year and you are excited to get back to homeschooling. And I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.